Hello everyone, my name is Zhangrong Ji. Today I will talk about the film Twilight of the Warriors World in. My topic is nationalism, identity and belonging in this film. I choose this film because it is not only an action movie, it also shows ideas about Hong Kong community memory and local identity. In my presentation, I will argue that the film uses Cologne Walled City as a cultural symbol through this place. In the film help us imagine Hong Kong identity, local belonging, and a shared sense of community. First, I will briefly introduce the film, then I will explain nationalism as a cultural ideas. After that, I will discuss the meaningful of Kowloon Walled City in the films. Finally, I will show how the film collects identity, memory, and belongings. Why these films? I will show you. First, this film is listed under topic 6, which is nationalism. So it fits the course topic very well. Second, the film is set in Kowloon Walled City. This place is very important in Hong Kong history and memory. Because of this setting, the film is not just telling a personal story, it also shows a wider cultural story about Hong Kong. Third, the film connects actions, violence, friendships, and protection with question of identity and belonging. This makes it a very useful film for analysis. I can use it not only for presentation, but also for my team paper later. So this film is a good choice because it clearly matches the course and it gives us many ways to think about nationalism in culture, not just politicals. Brief plot summary. Now I will give a short summary of the films. The story takes place in the 1980s in the Kowloon Walled City. The main character, Chen Lok-kun, enters the city as an outsider. At first, he is not only trying to survive. The city is dangerous, crowded, and full of violence. There are criminal groups and power struggles. However, as the story develops, he does not only find dangers, he also finds friendships, trust, and protections. He builds relationships with other people in the city. Slowly, the walled city becomes more than just a physical place. It becomes a kind of home. This is important for my arguments. The film turns a violent urban space into a place of belonging. That is why it is useful for discussing nationalism, identity, and community. What is nationalism? Before talking about the films in details, I want to explain what I mean by nationalism. Many people think that nationalism is not only about the state, government, flags, or political movements, but in cultural studies, nationalism can also mean something wider. It can mean a shared feeling of we. It can be built through memories, stories, symbol, and emotional attachment. In other words, nationalism is not only political, it can also be cultural, and people may feel connected because they share the same place, the same history, or the same cultural immigrations. This is where Benedict Anderson is useful. He says the nation is an imagined community. This does not mean it is fake. It means people feel connected to many others they do not know personally. Medias and culture helps create this feeling. So in the presentation, I will use nationalism in cultural ways. I will focus on belonging, memory, place, and identity. This is one of the most important parts of my presentation. In the film, Cologne Walled City is not just a background, it is a symbol. Historically, this place was known for being crowded, complex, and outside normal control. In the film, these factors become meaningful. The city represents disorder, survival, danger, and also mutual protection. It is a hard place to live, but it is also a place where people support one another. Outsiders can become insiders, strangers can become a community. Because of this, the walled city becomes a powerful symbol of Hong Kong's society. In this society, and full of conflict, but it is also strong human connections. The film uses this place to create emotion and meaning. So, when we watch the film, we are not only watch character fights, we also watching a city become a culture imaging of belongings and residence. Next, I want to talk about identity and belonging in the films. Many characters in the films are looking for safety and a place to belong. What is important is that belonging in this film is not based mainly on blood, family name, or official identity. Instead, it is built through shared experience. People become connected because they face dangers together. They protect one and another. They care for one another in everyday life. Brotherhood and loyalty are very important in the story. This shows us a different way of thinking about identity. Identity is not only something given at birth, it can be also created through relationships, trust, and shared space. In this way, the film turns community into an emotional form of connective identity. The people in the city may come from different backgrounds, but they become a community because they live together and support one another. Hong Kong local identity. Now I will move to this part. The film strongly emphasizes Hong Kong's style, urban texture, and local memory. Its setting, atmosphere, language, and visual style all created a strong feeling of place. It invites the audience to remember an older Hong Kong. This is important because the film represents Hong Kong as culturally distant. It gives viewers a sense that this place has its own history, spirit, and identity. In this way, the film can be read as expressing local identity. Here I want to be careful. I'm not saying the film gives a directly political message. Instead, I'm saying it shows a cultural feeling of Hong Kong people. It connected identity to place, memory, and a shared experience. So, nationalism in this film is not shown mainly as a state project. It shows more as place-based belongings. It lives in local culture, local memory, and the emotional meaning of the city. At the same time, we should remember that the film is not documentary. It is a real story. So there are tension between mass and reality. In real history, Cologne City was a difficult place. It was crowded, poor, and socially complex. But in the film, it is presented in a more historical and emotional way. The film romantics it. It turns a harsh place into a meaningful world of loyalty, friendship, and belonging. This does not mean the film is war. Instead, it shows how cinema works, and films often reshape history into cultural memory. They select some parts, make them emotional, and give them symbolic meaning. This is why identity in film is often massive. The film does not simply repeat history, it creates a powerful image of community, and that image helps audience feel connected to a shared idea of Hong Kong. Conclusion. To conclude, this film is more than an action film. It uses Kowloon Walled City as a symbolic home for this community. Through these settings, the films connected nationalism with memory, belonging, and local identity. It shows that nationalism is not only about official politicals, but it can also appear through place, culture, emotion, and the community. The film is especially powerful because it turns a space of violence and disorder into a space of protection and belongings. In doing so, it helps the audience imagine a shared community. So, my final point is this. In this film, nationalism lives not mainly in the states, but in place, memories, and the people who call them home. Thank you. This is all my presentation, and this is my references.